Hey everybody, another episode of Inside Tabletop. This is my twice weekly show now, where I pick a topic inside the tabletop world and discuss it for about 15 minutes. We basically just do like a topic from topic thing. I take new topics in the comments, and if you do want to get a topic read through, the best way to get through basically answered is if you jump on the GMG Patreon. We do this every single Monday, but it is that time of year, and therefore it's time for me to do my top 5 lists, and we're going to kick it off with one of my favorite topics of all time, the top 5 under the tree Christmas morning 2-player starter sets for a new game for that person that you're gift buying for in your life. If you haven't followed along, I have some pretty specific criteria for starter sets to pass what we call the Christmas morning test. That is, can they be standalone products? Do you need anything else outside the box to play with them? Do they require a ton of time and effort to get from opening the present to playing the present? And what is the experience like encapsulating what you're going to be doing with what's in that box? Do you get the feel of the game? Do you get to experience what the game's like by doing so? I ranked today's games from 5 to 1. I think the best last and the, not worst first, because they're all great games and all great products. But we're going to dive in right now and take a look at what I think the top 5 games are in 2025 for you to put under your tree, bang for buck, and experience for experience, and design for design. Let's jump in and check them out, starting with McLeod Dungeons of Everon starter set. This is one that is made by Battle Systems, who are well known for their lovely looking terrain. And it hits all 3 of my main criteria. 1, you're going to play a dungeon crawler game. 2, you're going to get a beautiful experience out of the box, pre-assembled miniatures, meaning that you've got a quick sort of like unpack and build thing going on here. And then a lovely set of cardstock terrain that can be reassembled a bunch of different ways. And a neoprene mat gives you pretty much the most immersive dungeon experience I can think of. You get your dice, you get all your tokens, attributes, and rules for everything that comes in the box, and a gridded hex map, or a gridded hex in this case, a gridded square mat. It's 2 feet by 2 feet to play across. So a complete adventure for a bunch of heroes going and fighting through a dungeon, and it retails for $189.99. I'm doing all the prices today. Oh, sorry, I missed one. I was doing all the prices today in USD. I didn't change that one yet, but we'll change it right now. And in USD, it's going to be $139.99. Jeez, we pay 50 extra bucks just for being in Canada. So that's my first one. Second one, Fallout Factions. Welcome to Nuka World. This guy's currently sold out on Modifius, but you can find copies still around your various local retailers and online spaces. And this is, again, a wonderful 2-player starter set with everything you need that comes in the box. It's ranked number 4 above the 2-player starter set for McLeod, because it has easier to build terrain. I love the Battle Systems terrain system, but it is kind of a pain to build. I'll tell you right now. There's a lot going on where you need to clip little bits and pieces together to start playing the game. And this one comes from a gaming mat. The price point's a little bit lower. And you get 2 complete factions. You get these guys right here, the operators, of which I am the leader. I still haven't got any royalties, Chris, from Modifius for you guys using my likeness, but that's okay. I'm also on the cover, if you didn't notice. There's me fighting for my life against a guy from the pack. Maybe that's Jay. There's me fighting it out. And you got a complete set of pack miniatures as well. So these 2 factions, they are multi-part posable plastics. You can see her coming on frame. So you get tons of availability options for building these guys, tons of different kit. And in a Necromunda style game, you can customize these and be ready to play. You get your dice, you get your terrain. The terrain's all reversible, so if you do have 2 sets of it, you're going to be able to play with twice as much terrain. That's basically like the different look. So like if one's the Undertaker, the other one's the General Office. So like you get twice as much out of the terrain set. And everything, of course, is themed to Fallout. So there it is. We've got Battle Systems at number 5. Number 4, we've got Modifius with Fallout Factions. Welcome to Nuka World. And at number 3, Games Workshop. I didn't think they'd make the list this year, but they did. Coming in at $135, $135 USD, the Kill Team starter set. This was a surprise for me, and it's still in stock, which means you can buy it today, and contains all three of the criteria. We've got quick to build Space Marines. They all just push fit together. A squad of 6 from this Angels of Death kill team. Lovely models all painted up as Ultramarines here. And we've got the other Space Marine heroes, the Space Marine baddies, the Nurgle, as the op 4. So again, an Astartes kill team, 2 low model count teams, easy to play with, easy to build. And they all come in the box set with a whole bunch of terrain. So you can be pushing these guys together and playing a game really quickly. And they come in colored plastic, so you don't need to paint them right away. But you get this lovely printed terrain, this MDF terrain, which you literally snap together in seconds. And you get the cardstock table. So you have a whole bunch of like just attractive scenic features that take no time to do. Again, push a little bit forward just for price and for ease of putting it together, time between opening the box and playing. There's a Learn to Play Starter Handbook. The rules, of course, for Kill Team. The core rules are free online. You get linked to that. And you get these 2 things, which I thought were a great addition, especially for a starter set. All the information you need for these 2 kill teams to play your first couple games on a reference sheet. It doesn't get all the rules, but again, they're free in the app, so you can get them online for free all the time if you want. And they have a reference for all the common skills in the back. So it's just a really playable box of terrain, dice, tokens, everything. And everything's on the token set, so you get a measuring gauge, turn counter, wound counters. Like, there is nothing you don't get in this box. So that's my number 3. Coming at the middle. Number 2 from Mantic Games, Halo Flashpoint, the Spartan Edition. It's about $4 cheaper than the Kill Team starter set. And if you're a fan of Halo, man, oh man, this game has everything. So again, you get a gaming mat, you get a whole bunch of colored terrain out of the box, colored miniatures, but no assembly required. That's what pushed it out of the workshop one this time. Cuts down the time even more for playing the game. If you get the Spartan Edition, you also get these guys to get the elites. So you're going to have a whole bunch of bad guys to go with your 2 teams of Spartans. The Spartans can all be done red versus blue if you want. Again, attractive terrain features that you can build inside out. So you can see they change color basically if you play like build them one side or the other. And with both Covenant and USMC factions, you get a ton of replayability out of this box. So again, edged out the workshop box simply because 1, it comes with more stuff, and 2, it's all pre-built, so the time to actually get it on the table is really, really fast. All right, so that was my number 2. Second best, I think, overall value and hitting the 3 criteria for a Christmas morning test box. Number 1, with a bullet, we've got Avalon Hill's Hero Quest First Light. I love this box, and again, this one was super popular for a bunch of reasons, not least of which this is less than half the price of every other box in this list. It's $50. You're going to get the real deal double-sided mat for the Hero Quest game system. Beautiful full-color cardboard tokens for all the baddies, 3D miniatures pre-assembled for all the heroes, and it's a full Hero Quest experience that happens as a prequel to the big box. So if you're just getting into Hero Quest, or if you want to teach someone to play the core game, $50 a throw for the core rules for Hero Quest, an actually better game board than the game board that comes in the Hero Quest box, because it's double-sided with this cool cave system as well that you can check out. And then everything else in card, full color, all the spells, all the core rules of the game. And while you do get 2D terrain access instead of 3D, like, that's why this is $49.99, and it comes in a 12 by 12 box. So a tiny little box, as opposed to the big honkin' Hero Quest box of yore. And so there it is, my top 5 of the various different box sets you can put on the tree this year for your holiday gift giving, and that I think represent probably the best stabs on the market right now at a 2-player starter set. So if you are trying to recruit a new person to game with over the holidays and you're looking for a gift to give somebody, you can't go wrong with these ones. They all will provide the intended experience of the game out of the box, and they all, I think, for things in the market right now, pass that test kind of the best overall. Now, there are some of the things in the market that might be honorable mentions, but I'm going to show off how they kind of slightly miss the mark for a few key reasons. And this isn't an indictment of the effort and time and quality what went into these things, but just to show the difference of like how it doesn't hit those 3 criteria. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the 2-player starter sets for War Machine. War Machine historically did have some really good 2-player starter sets, and they've moved to a new model where while you do get 2 factions, everything else is being done digitally. And what that kind of does in my sort of like mind of a Christmas morning test, it removes the time and the capacity to enjoy it on its own merit. So this is a $100 box. You get 2 beautiful factions of Hips plastic models. So you're gonna get these Legion of Everblight and I think they're called something else, like the Nephilim or something, but whatever. Everblight dinosaur monsters. And the Trollkin Seafarers, so like these cool like shark trolls and pirate trolls and stuff. Wonderful, cool, fun Hips plastic miniatures. But that's literally all that comes in the box. So you're going to get the Chimera, so that they're called. Chimera Warlock, a Chimera Warbeast, a solo, a character solo, and then the 3-man character unit. You get Commodore Foulblood, Creel Warlock, Chum, the Warbeast, Mr. Boggs, Sully, and a Lakabash Brothers, the Southern Creel 3-model character unit. So this is kind of the format they're doing right now. Everybody gets a hero, a solo, a 3-man character unit, and a big either Warbeast or Warjack. But then that's all that comes in the box. No measuring device, no dice, although you do just need 2d6 to play the game, typically up to 4 or 5d6. No rulebook, and no even assembly instructions. You need to go online to get your assembly instructions. Get your downloadable instructions immediately after purchase. Links to these files will be shown at checkout. And again, I understand this keeps the cost model lean for this stuff, but it does mean that this wouldn't be a thing I would necessarily give to a new person I was trying to recruit into the game. That's usually what 2-player starter sets are for you and a friend to try out a game. And then my second example of this is Asmodee. Their new Star Wars Galactic Republic starter sets are all 1 player. And while they are really competently put together, you can see they come with all the dice, all of the measuring gauges and stuff, all the cards for what comes in here, all your range devices and movement devices, and a beautifully reimagined chunk of minis, right? So you're going to get a Obi-Wan, a bunch of clone troopers, Jedi Guardian. You don't have the capacity to play another person. So they've divided most of these starter sets now into 1-player starter sets. Yeah, I think the newer, even Marvel Crisis Protocol ones you can see here, it's a single faction. And those are really handy to get into the game. But unless you already know someone that's going to play with you, you can't enjoy it on its own merit. And you need 2 of these things to actually play a game. So you need to buy 1 for you and 1 for someone else. So again, I think the Atomic Mass / Asmodee ones get it closer. The War Machine ones are a bit far off because again, they're designed for 2 players, but they don't have like anything to play the game with, like a rule book or assembly instruction. They don't hit all 3 criteria of like breaking into the Christmas morning test. They can't do a full put under the tree and you have everything you need to experience the game, ready to go, ready to rock and roll for that same kind of price point. So there it is, my look at the top 5, I think, under the Christmas morning tree test game boxes that you can get right now in 2025. I'll be back with my next topic on Sunday, and you can always make suggestions in the comments of what you'd like to hear me talk about. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next Inside Tabletop. I'm Ash.